Hello there. This is a great story for improving your English. I've prepared a documentary about Volodymyr Zelenskyy that will help you practice listening and reading. The story uses language and vocabulary at the intermediate level, B1, B2. Listen or read it a few times to help you remember the new words and phrases. Today, we're going to talk about a very famous person, Volodymyr Zelenskyy, the president of Ukraine. His life story is incredible because he went from being a popular comedian to becoming a wartime leader on the world stage. Early life and family. Volodymyr Alexandrovich Zelenskyy was born on January 25, 1978, in a city called Kryvyi Rih in Ukraine. At that time, Ukraine was part of the Soviet Union. His family was Jewish, and they were academics. His father, Oleksandr Zelenskyy, was a professor, and his mother, Rima Zelenska, was an engineer. So, he grew up in a family that valued education. As a young boy, he was very good at school. He studied English for 4 years in Mongolia, which would become very important later in his life. After returning to Ukraine, he went to university to study law and received a law degree in 2000. But he never worked as a lawyer. His real passion was something completely different: comedy. The rise of a comedian. Zelenskyy's professional career began in the world of entertainment. In the late 1990s, he started a comedy troupe called Kvartal 95. The name came from the neighborhood where he grew up. He and his friends became very famous in Ukraine and other Russian-speaking countries. They wrote jokes, performed in shows, and created popular television programs. Zelenskyy was known for his sharp humor and his ability to make fun of politicians. In 2015, his career reached a new high with a TV show called Servant of the People. In the show, he played a regular high school history teacher who, by chance, becomes the president of Ukraine. The show was a huge success because it spoke about the problems many Ukrainians felt were real, like corruption and a lack of trust in their leaders. From actor to president. The show Servant of the People changed everything. People loved the character he played, and they started to think, why can't a person like this be our real president? In 2019, Zelenskyy made a shocking announcement. He was going to run for president. He had no political experience, but he was very popular. His campaign was very different. He used social media like YouTube and Instagram to talk to people directly, and he avoided big, expensive meetings. He promised to fight corruption and bring new, honest people into the government. To everyone's surprise, he won the election by a huge margin, defeating a professional politician, Petro Poroshenko.
A new kind of leader. As president, Zelenskyy faced many challenges. He tried to end the conflict in eastern Ukraine, which had started in 2014, and he worked on many important reforms. His supporters saw him as a symbol of hope and change, a fresh face in a country tired of the old way of doing things. However, not everyone agreed with him. His critics often pointed out his lack of political experience and some of his early policies. His hobbies and personal interests include music, sports, and, of course, filmmaking. He is married to Olena Zelenska, his wife since 2003. They have 2 children, a daughter named Alexandra and a son named Kirillo. While he was a successful comedian and producer, his net worth is not as high as some of his critics have claimed. The ultimate test. The biggest and most difficult challenge of his life began on February 24, 2022, when Russia started a full-scale invasion of Ukraine. This was the moment that changed him from a young president into a powerful wartime leader. In the first hours of the war, he had a chance to leave Kiev, the capital city, for safety, but he famously refused, saying, "I need ammunition, not a ride." He stayed in the capital wearing simple army green t-shirts, and he recorded videos on the streets to show that he was there with his people. This decision was a turning point. It gave the Ukrainian people courage and hope. It also made him a global symbol of resistance and bravery. Since the start of the war, Zelenskyy has become the face of Ukraine's fight for freedom. He travels around the world, meeting with other leaders and asking for military and financial help. He has given powerful speeches to parliaments and international organizations. Current challenges and the future. Today, Zelenskyy continues to lead his country through the war. His main challenge is to keep his people united and to get enough support from other countries to defend Ukraine. He has said that Ukraine will not give up its land. Recently, he has been navigating complicated discussions about potential peace talks, insisting that no decisions about Ukraine should be made without Ukraine's involvement. He has earned the support of many, but he also faces criticism. Some Ukrainians are concerned about corruption issues and political decisions made during the war. However, his approval ratings remain high, as most Ukrainians trust him to lead the fight for their country's future. Volodymyr Zelenskyy's story is still being written. It is a story of a comedian who became a leader, a story of unexpected bravery, and a story of a country fighting for its existence. I hope this story has helped you practice your English. Try listening to it again and paying attention to the new words and phrases. This will help you remember them better. If you'd like to learn more, let me know, and don't forget to subscribe for more video content.